All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's talk a little sports book. Now, we've got some earlier lines out with the tournament field being locked in sooner, so we can talk through some things. I mean, we're not going to talk about first round leader bets here because you don't do that before you get more of the weather under wraps on like a Wednesday. But outrights, I don't really love a lot of the top 20 numbers. They're not long enough for me with the
Mm-mm.
limited field. There's one top 10 number I like. And then maybe we can just talk through some matchups because I see some matchups now. I haven't really had a chance to really dig in deep, but they've been added here in the last couple hours. So we could do that. Where are you going to start? Since you got mad at me for starting every category, I'll let you start and hit me with a handful of your outright bets.
Well, a couple of the shortest guys that I'll talk about here. I like Matthew Wolff at 22-1. I think
Cosign.
he's,
Yep.
if you're going to throw some money on a shorter odds guy, I think that's about as short as I would go.
Yep.
Um, Also, we didn't mention him as a DFS play, but Daniel Berger at 33-1. I think he's another one that's worth playing this week if you're throwing some money down. I like Joaquin Neiman at 66-1. I think that's a good number for him. I like Bubba at 70-1. That's another good number I think this week. If you're looking longer than like at the longest odds, we mentioned Cam Smith. I like him at 100-1. I think that's a good play there. I feel like the longest odds guy that I would go would be probably Hoagie at 250-1. If you just want to throw a few dollars down, go Hoagie at 250-1 because the guy can score. And I just feel like this could be an event like all of a sudden he could win out of nowhere. But
God, if he
I,
won this event, I mean, long shot season this would be an epic long shot season.
yeah, so I would maybe look there, but that's about it for me as far as my bets, and then we can talk some matchups after yours.
All right, well, I got a few more. I mean, first of all, complete agreement with Wolf, and I think he's as short as I would go. I, I do like the Bubba play at 70-1. I feel like that number is going to be down pretty good. I mean, right now it's 70-1 on points bet. Which, by the way, if you are in New Jersey or Indiana, I think Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, I don't know. God, I don't know. Just try it out. And you want to set up a points bet account, you can do so with promo code TJ250 and get a deposit bonus, TJ250. They've got a really cool game over there, as well as your traditional golf bets. You're going to hear more about points bet from us in the coming months, I guess, here. So we really like what they're doing over there. So TJ250 promo code there. But Bubba's 70-1 on points bet. So I like that call. I'm going to keep going, Louis. I can't stop Louising. Every week I want to I want to be on Louis. I just do. He's 45 to
You want to
1.
be on him?
I want to be on him. I
You want to
want
be
to
on
be
Louis?
on Louis. 45 to 1. Yes. I'll take that. That's on DraftKings Sportsbook. Siwoo Kim every week, 90 to 1 points bet. That's a good number there at
Playing.
90 to 1.
I don't mind
Huh?
it. I don't mind it actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And what did he finish? 8th last week? And we
Yeah.
saw we got some inside info. By the way, if you guys aren't a fan of Siwoo Kim, you should be a fan of Siwoo Kim. If you knew some of the funny stuff that we hear about Siwoo Kim, you would be like, oh my God, I love Siwoo Kim. He is hilarious. I would love to get him on the podcast. But we get every now and then information reported to us about Siwoo. And last week on like Friday night, I think it was, we saw something. And I was like, oh, he is done for the rest of the weekend. He's done. Well, he came out and finished 8th. Like, so I think he's gotten the Vegas out of his system, and he's probably going to be focused.
It's
90 to 1 on
definitely
points
out of
bet.
his system from what we've seen.
Sign me up. And then some of the names I mentioned, at the cheaper end of the DFS range, but I do, when I first opened up the outright numbers, I was like, man, I'm going to be staying like really tight in this middle range, which I think I am. I mean, Bubba Wolf is a shorter number, but Bubba Wolf, Louis, I really like those guys. I might put a lot more, I might put a full unit on those names, but there are some long shots that I like. I mean, I think Mackenzie Hughes and Corey Connors at 125 to 1 are both fantastic numbers. I talked about both those guys in the DFS section. Both are PGA Tour winners. Both have flashed solid form in the recent weeks. Both come into this event, a limited field, special invite only, no cut event, knowing that this has to be a week that they take advantage of. Both can hit it plenty long for this course. For Connors, it's all about the putter. For Hughes, it's like, can he hit a few more fairways and stay out of the water? But 125-1 is a really long number in a field where there's like 65 guys that could legitimately win this thing. And those two guys are PGA Tour winners that have flashed some good form lately. So I like that. And then a name I have not mentioned, but when you think about no cut event, need to be able to score, take advantage of par fives, bombers are maybe at an advantage. A lot of volatility in this field, in this tournament. Keegan Bradley is 150-1 on PointsBet. I think he's 100-1 or 125-1 on DraftKings, but on PointsBet, he is 150-1. And I mean, we saw a couple weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago at the Sanderson, maybe?
Yeah.
He played pretty well and almost won the thing. Like, I think he came out pretty hot in round one, and everybody was like, oh, here comes the full Keegan where he's going to suck it up, but he finished fourth. But when you look at the stats, he is top 30 in this field in strokes gained approach, strokes gained off the tee, greens in regulation, and strokes gained par five. Top 30 in the field over the last 24 rounds. That's pretty crazy. Now he's going to miss. He's not going to miss the cut because it's a no cut event. He's going to finish DFL, or he's going to be like top 10. So I think Keegan's an interesting number at 150-1. Top 10 bet is, I got one, and it's Tom Hoagie, because it's a longer number that I can get for a top 10. You mentioned him as an outright. I think that's a little ambitious for Hoagie, but at a top 10 number, he's 14-1 on DK. So, I don't know. I don't mind it. I think Hoagie's got some upside. He's going to want to play here and show out. So there you go. Let's look at some matchups.
I think there are a lot of good matchups.
Okay. Tell me what you're looking at.
Okay. Well, I'll start here with, I mentioned I like Rory as a DFS play. I like him over Justin Thomas, getting a plus number at plus 105. I think that's a good play. Now, it's close.
I'm surprised JT's that much of a favorite though. Like minus 125.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent sized number. I really love Daniel Berger at plus 100 over Tyrrell Hatton. I think that is a great matchup play. And I'm not going to try to steal them all like you did with all the other DFS picks, but as much as I do like Victor Hovland, you mentioned Harris English as one of your favorite plays this week, and I like Harris English a lot as well. So I didn't mention them, but they're in different ranges. But I actually do like that matchup of Harris English at plus 100 over Victor Hovland. I think that could be a decent number as well. I like both the players, but I think English could end up, who knows? We'll see. But that's a close one for me.
That might be a stay away bet for me.
I see Harris English at plus 100.
Imagine telling your 2018 self that you would be so tempted by Harris English at a plus number in 2020. That'd be weird.
Anyway, you've got some other ones, I'm sure, but those are the first ones that just kind of jump off at me.
Yeah. I think the Alex Noren over Matt Kuchar at even money, I think that's pretty easy. Like, I love Alex Noren here. Matt Kuchar has not been himself whatsoever. But, and Noren's popped, and he's a really good putter. These are going to be, pure bent grass greens here at Shadow Creek. I love that at minus 110 for Alex Noren. I don't know. I mean, I like a couple of the ones you said. I almost think I'd take the favorite Jason Day at minus 120 over Ricky at plus 100. I mean, Day's form has been off for sure, but it doesn't seem like it's been as wildly inconsistent as Ricky's. And he can always both of them can always get pretty hot with the putter. Ricky's minus 7.5 strokes with approach play last week is horrifying. So I think I might take J Day at minus 120. Honestly, I think I would pour all of my matchup bankroll into that Alex Noren over Matt Kuchar number.
Yeah, I think the Paul Casey getting plus money, plus 100 over Matthew Fitzpatrick is also a decent play as well.
Yeah, I don't mind Fitz, but I almost feel like anybody coming over from Wentworth, and Fitzpatrick actually finished. I think he finished 7th at Wentworth last week.
Yeah.
But
He's a Euro guy that plays extremely well over there and shows flashes here. Paul Casey's way more experienced than he is as far as just at least good finishes on tour type level events. So I just don't know if I would. I think Fitzpatrick's a trap. I used to love him too. Now he pisses
you
me
sure
off.
did, boy. All right, well, check out DB's Big Balls betting card. I think up 20 units. I think it's 20 units or 15 units right now on the year. That'll be out on tomorrow afternoon, kind of first look, first thoughts, and then finalized on Wednesday afternoon. You can check that out for free on tourjunkies.com. I'll basically say, look, if you only had $50 to spend on betting on golf, here's where I would spend the $50. And I'll tell you who I like, what bets I like, and how much money to put on it. You can tail it or you don't have to. So we just hit 150 to 1 Hudson Swafford though a couple weeks ago. I would tail it. We're gonna hit this. Okay, we're gonna get it going.